My baby died today. This was the title of a post in my mommy blog. Ever since I read it, I haven't been able to stop thinking about it. This could easily happen to anyone's newborn child. Within the first year of life, they can die of SIDS, sudden infant death syndrome. In this particular case, the mother fell asleep with the baby on the couch. She woke up 3 hours later, and the baby was in the pillows somehow. And the face was purple. They could not resuscitate her. She was not alive anymore. So when it comes to baby sleep, I'm mostly a co-parenting sleeper, a co-sleeping parent. Ocean and I co-slept basically from the very beginning. Babies do not like the bassinet. It's not even that they don't like the bassinet, really. It's cold. It's quiet, which was one thing that I read that why babies don't like the bassinet, because when they're inside of you, it's really loud. They hear everything, your heart, your stomach, talking on the outside. So when it's really quiet, I guess it's hard for them. I don't know. So I co-slept. I co-slept with Ocean for maybe the first month. Then she was in a bed sleeper in between me and her dad because she got bigger. And then once she was able to turn over, which was about 3 months, she couldn't sleep in that anymore, and she could no longer be swaddled. She was swaddled from maybe month 1 to month 3, and then she went into the crib. I'm kind of going to do the same with this baby, except for some reason I feel like I'm a heavier sleeper this time around than I was with Ocean. Maybe I was just more nervous because that was my first baby and this isn't. I'm not sure what it is. And then it was COVID. Also at the time, it was 2020. So my anxiety was really high at the time. So I slept very lightly. And I sleep really lightly now. Like, I don't turn in my sleep or anything like that. But I'm scared to co-sleep with her. She's so little. But in the middle of the night, like, I struggle with sleep since it's just me. And then some nights I also have Ocean in my bed and it's just 3 of us. And that's very difficult. I really need more help at night. So even though I didn't want to before, I'm gonna start having Zuri's dad spend the night and sleep on the couch to watch her for some of the night. Well, when my mom isn't here. Because he's getting a good night's sleep every night. And me, I'm over here worrying about if something's gonna happen to this baby. And it's just not the thing that I'm trying to do anymore. Like, the last thing I need is for her to get hurt because I'm tired. With that being said, at her age, she's almost gonna be a month and a half. She should be getting 14 to 17 hours a day of sleep. Usually she gets that, but newborn babies don't like to be put down. So a lot of times she'll wake up if I'm not holding her. You know what? Let me see right now if she'll lay down. Well, I'm gonna hold her on my lap for a moment before I put her down. I've also read that hold them for about 20 minutes to make sure they're in a deep sleep before laying them down. Because with newborn sleep, it's really all about survival. They're too young for sleep training. They're too young to get on a schedule. They're just too young to do any of that. I mean, she's barely getting a circadian rhythm going to where she knows it's night versus day. And that we have to help her with, right? Like, at night, turn off the lights, keep everything quiet. I try to give her a bath at night only. In the daytime, I let things play around her. You know, it's bright in here. I'll talk while she's right here, so she knows that there's a difference. Also, I am trying to put her down awake as much as possible, but that's something that is learned, that they don't know how to do at first. This is something I did not do with Ocean. I never started putting her down awake. It's difficult because they wake up for like a long time, and they get used to it, and then they start being able to soothe themselves to sleep. As of right now, she kind of soothes by using her hand, or I'll use a pacifier at times. But I don't know, I don't think she really likes it that much. The uncomfortableness of the sleep schedule gives me anxiety. So since I know, how to help my anxiety and decrease it, I know that I just need to make sure that I have enough support at night. I'm not gonna be the mom saying, oh, I can do it all, I can do this, I can do that, and then something happens to her because of my ego or whatever else. I know that it's difficult for me. I know that I need help. So instead of being scared for the night to come every night, I'm gonna reach out to her dad and make sure that he understands. Because as of right now, he's still a bit inconsistent. Like, he hasn't seen her in 7 days, but he has been sick the last few days, so that's understandable. Okay, I'm gonna try to lay her down. It hasn't been 20 minutes, but we'll see. I lay her down sideways, even though it's not recommended by the higher ups in the baby sleep department of the United States of America. But since I'm not sleeping and I'm here watching her, sometimes when she's sideways, she has less of a startle reflex. Because startle reflex, it just wakes her up. And she likes being on her side, actually. In bed, she always turns on her side, facing me, towards me. It's the cutest thing, because she'll like put her little hand on my face. It's super cute. So yeah, another thing that's been a cause of my anxiety is that I spoke about in another video is just being lonely. Like watching the day kind of like roll by, and I like sit here and it's light and then it's dark. It's like, whew, it's just a lot of anxiousness, because it's like I'm waiting for the night to come and for me to see how the sleep situation is going to work out. Throughout my pregnancy and throughout basically the last few years, I go to bed pretty early. Like, the pregnancy, I would start getting ready for bed about 8:30. Sometimes I would be asleep by 8:30, depending on if Ocean's here, because she sleeps later than me. I'm definitely going to be one of those parents who are going to be asleep and their kids are going to be up just doing whatever. I'll just make sure that, they can't hurt themselves. But for the most part, Ocean's pretty good. She'll just stay in her room. But I don't do that too often, especially since I have to make sure she goes to school the next day. I'll have to say this is hard. Ocean, the first baby, she was hard, but not in the same sense. This time I'm alone, and I also have Ocean, and I have mommy guilt when it comes to the toddler, because I have to give the newborn more attention, obviously. I have to hold her more and feed her all the time and do all these things, and then Ocean wants to play and I can't play with her because I have the baby, or whatever else. And then I've been healing from the delivery, which it's almost 6 weeks. It'll be 6 weeks on Monday, which I'm very happy about, because I can kind of go back to living like normal life, hopefully. So as well as her sleep, I wanted to talk about breastfeeding. Feeding a baby is hard, like it's a lot. Like for the second baby, I realized that our job is to feed the baby. Like the baby has to eat, the baby has to grow. They do nothing else really. They eat, they sleep, they poop, right? We all know that. And of course, they sleep on us, which is a lot. So for her age right now, almost 2 months, she is getting 3 to 4 ounces every 2 to 3 hours. It seems like it's all day. I don't, since I don't know how much milk she's getting when she breastfeeds, I can just tell by her wet diapers and her weight. When she was born, she was 8 pounds, 2 ounces. Then she went down to 7 pounds, 13 ounces. And now last time we went to the pediatrician, which was last week, she was 8 pounds, 13 ounces. So almost 9 pounds. So she may be about 9 pounds now. And we go back again on November 2nd for her 2-month appointment, where she will get her first round of vaccinations and another weight check every time. And we'll see if she's getting enough milk. I think I'm producing enough milk. I think I produce about average of what most women produce. I've thought I was like a really low producer until I started reading other women and what they were producing, and they're producing like millimeters sometimes, not even ounces, milliliter. Did I say millimeters? Milliliters. I mean, an ounce is 30 milliliters, give or take, depending on what kind of ounce it is. But an ounce is 30 milliliters, and to make less than 5 in like a 20-minute session is rough. So I think I'm about average. The average woman makes about an ounce every, I think, 2 hours. So we're supposed to pump or breastfeed at least 8 hours, 8 times a day, to make sure that our supply continues to grow and increase, or stay the same but not decrease. So, I mean, I feed on demand. So if she seems hungry, I feed her. And that's really what most women do for newborns at this time, because they're hungry all the time. And I mean, they're different sizes. Like some babies, like when Ocean was born, she was 6 pounds, 9 ounces. So she didn't eat as much as Zuri so quickly, because she didn't reach this weight for a while. Like when she reached this weight, or even less than this weight, she was already 2 months. So it's not super different, but kind of different. We had a little bout of nipple confusion over the weekend. Nipple confusion, it's kind of misleading because they're not really confused. They know there's a difference, and they know that a bottle is faster. It's less work. The milk just flows through the hole in the bottle. Where when they're breastfeeding, it takes them more time. They have to suck more. They have to do more work. You're moving around, the boob's moving around. There's a limited amount of milk. It doesn't come out as fast. They have to breastfeed longer. So they tend to get frustrated. How long will she sleep? Like 5 minutes? That's how it always is every day. Yeah, they get frustrated, they get mad. You can't force a nipple in their mouth, which is one thing I was trying to do at first. And then I read, don't force it. So I stopped forcing it, and then she would take it more. Because when I was at my parents' house last weekend, and since there were a lot of people, well, not a lot of people, my family was holding her, they would feed her from the bottle. So she had that happen for 2 days straight. And so with that, she got really used to it. And then when I came back home to breastfeed her, she was like, nah, I don't want that shit. Nah, give me the bottle. So then dang, it's already Thursday. So most of this week I haven't really given her a bottle. I give her bottles at night so she can get full faster because they sleep better when they're full. But for the most part, I've been breastfeeding her, which is kind of painful. Just irritating. It irritates your nipples all the time. I feel like, am I ever gonna get used to it? I don't particularly like breastfeeding, honestly. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. But at night, it's super convenient, like when we're in bed and I can lay on my side and breastfeed her while she's laying down. That's the only time when I like it. And I don't even like that time because it feels really strange for some reason in that position. But it's easier than getting up and making a bottle. Hi, baby. Are you looking at the camera? Hi. You have toots? I'm very happy to not have a colicky baby. Neither of my babies were colicky, which to me is really gassy. And I feel that women need to just really watch what they're eating when they have colicky babies because, but then again, their digestive system is not fully formed, or fully mature when they're born. So it's still getting itself into gear and everything like that. So that may be a big reason, but it also may be what mom is eating or the type of formula they're using. I started giving her some formula. It's called, what is it called? Kindamil? It's European. It doesn't smell like disgustingness like Similac and Enfamil. It smells like milk. And I don't know if she really cares for it or not, but it does help, and it made my anxiety go down for the times when my milk goes down a little bit. Because in order for it to stay up, I really have to drink a lot, eat a lot, and just continue to like pump and feed. So I guess I need to feed her now. Well, she's up for like 5 minutes. And now she's eating again after I changed her diaper and changed her clothes because her diaper leaked a little bit. Awesome. Anyway, I just wanted to give an update on the baby. Me and my mental health, I am struggling. This whole season of pregnancy has been a struggle for me, honestly. It has just been such a struggle. I started pursuing business last August, and then I got pregnant a couple months later. And yeah, just now trying to go back to it. Shout out to the moms that do it all. I'm not quite there yet, but maybe I will be one of these days. We'll see.